Hey yo, what up? It's DJ Mac, and I'm just here to let you know that DJ Pro is pretty much killing Serato at this point. Um, they just nail it in the coffin right now, man, because every time they just come out with some new update, and it just keeps getting better and better. But for the most part, it's on your iPhone, which means you could bring DJing everywhere you go. Like you have DJing in your pocket. Like think about that. You could take your phone and connect it to virtually like any hardware out there because it's getting more compatible with more and more hardware, and you could just DJ from it, like plug and play. Like there's no setting up. It's just you just plug it, via USB C to your phone or whichever USB your phone takes. But yeah, that's it. You just USB straight from your phone to the controller, and you're off to the races. But I believe they still don't have it for the like CDJs, like if you want to connect your phone to it, but you can connect your laptop to it, which is pretty cool. But yeah, just about every other controller, you could just straight up connect your phone right to it. Everything Reloop, everything Rain, pretty much all Pioneer stuff. You name it, like Hercules, everything works with DJ now. So you could pretty much just travel with with your phone any gig, and you're pretty much good to go. Um, but yeah, like just the features alone on it is crazy. First of all, it's $29 a year. You can't beat that. And people start to like, be angry that, oh, I can't own it. The reason why they're charging you $29 a year is because you're paying the people to work consistently on this software. You know what I mean? So it's not like it's gonna like stop working all of a sudden. Like no, like the more people that are joining it and that are paying for it yearly, it gets better every single time, and it shows. Like you can actually just straight up, you know, ask for features, and they listen. Like they really listen, and they get to it. You know what I mean? Um, just like their competitors, it's like I don't know, like their competitors are pretty slow at updating it, and when they do update, it's like they're playing catch up, and you know which you know which software I'm talking about, you know. And if it's something new, like I'm pretty sure that DJ is going to have that feature. You know what I mean? Like if you ask for it, like, and if enough people ask for it and they feel like yeah, it's something that should be in there, they're gonna put it in there. You know what I mean? Um, but yeah, even just running through the software, like their looper is pretty dope. You know what I mean? Like I can play like my kicks and snares, you know, all that extra stuff in there, and I can loop it. You know what I mean? They already have like set loops. So if you're familiar with like Tractor on how they had their their looper in there, their remix decks, it's pretty much the same thing. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's amazing, and it all like syncs together. You know what I mean? So if you're worried about sync, this, that, and the other, it has absolutely perfect sync. Like I've tried like songs that were from back in the day to modern songs, and they all sound great together. You can key sync everything. You can change the key if you want. It all works. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like it's not like it's easy to DJ. It's just the fact that things that were a pain in the butt are a whole lot easier, especially their stems. The stem quality is amazing. It's pretty much the best out there, up with virtual DJ. You know what I mean? Like there is no other better stem DJ quality other than virtual DJ and DJ. Like all the others, like I did a test on them. They sound horrible. You can go on my YouTube page, and I did a quick test, and it's like absolutely terrible compared to DJ. Like doesn't even stand a chance. And you know what I mean? Like these clubs are gonna have to catch up because Stems is here. Like Stems is officially here, and these club, these club mixers, they're and the CDJs, they're not up to par with stems, and DJs are using stems now. So it's like they're gonna have to get in or get out. You know what I mean? Because why am I gonna bother setting up if I can't use stems? So I'm definitely bringing like my laptop so that way I can mix my stems and stuff because I'm not using thumb drives because you can't do stems on thumb drives. So the CDJs are gonna eventually have to have a powerful enough unit to do stems, you know, and they need a system where they can do back to back on the Pioneers because that's just a thing. Like there isn't like one DJ of the night. It's like there's gonna be several DJs, and if you can't accommodate with switching from one DJ to the next instead of having to like do that cheap little loop thing that they tell you to do, which is stupid. It's just like you're paying like how much for that mixer and it's supposed to be industry standard and you can't even have like multiple Cat 5 cables in the back like they did before. It's like it's a design flaw and they don't want to admit it, but it is a design flaw that they have to work out. But yeah, other than that, man, DJ is just an amazing software that just keeps getting better and better and better. Yeah, so like I said, if there isn't something that doesn't exist on it now, you go on their forum, you ask for it, and most likely, if a lot of people are asking for it, it will appear, on their next update. And they, like I said, they update pretty frequently, so it's it's just a matter of time, and with if you compare like how many updates they had within 1 year compared to the other softwares, the other competing softwares, it can't compare. Like they've updated so much and they've made compatibility with so much and they keep going. And why do they keep going? Because subscribers like me are paying, $29.50 a year to make sure that we keep, the software going, that we keep these people employed because they're doing work. Like I'll pay someone to do work. You know what I mean? The reason why these other competing softwares aren't doing much because they're not getting paid. They're barely getting paid. They're coasting off of a name that used to mean something back in the day, but it doesn't mean anything now. And people are like, oh, it's more stable. Man, DJ hasn't crashed on me in maybe like a while now. You know what I mean? They already fixed that issue like a while ago. You know what I mean? Especially on my phone, it works instantly. You know what I mean? But yeah, I know I'm not going through a lot of like different menus in here, but it's just so easy to use. You know what I mean? I could go click on, whatever tracks I have title. I'd save all my playlists. I can bring my playlist over from Spotify, using a different app and then bring that over. I can, on my computer, anything from Serato or Rekordbox or Tractor, I could bring all that stuff over into DJ. You know what I mean? And it works. Now, granted, you can't bring like the Serato crates on your phone, but if you have a big enough hard drive, internal hard drive on your phone or enough space, you can bring the folders in. Like it's not that hard. You literally can drag your folders in and import your folders. So it's not like you can't bring your songs onto your phone. It's not like that's never been a thing. I'm not too sure if it will save your cue points and whatnot, but you can definitely bring your songs over. But hopefully they'll have a system where they can you can import your crates so that way it saves all your metadata, and then you can just go from there. But yeah, like I said, at this point, like DJ is just amazing because you have DJing in your pocket. You know what I mean? Like you have DJing in your pocket, meaning you could DJ a gig anytime right now. Granted, if it's CDJs, then yeah, you got to bring your laptop. But if it's anything other than CDJs and the 900 mixer, you could DJ anywhere, anytime, because you have your phone in your pocket the whole time. So yeah, Serato's gonna have to step up because it is not looking good for them because we're moving into a bigger age now. Like we we can do so much with our phones. We can do so much with our phones, and it's kind of sad how eventually Serato's gonna be left in the dust because the next like set of new DJs, all the kid DJs, are gonna be DJing off of their phone. You know what I mean? I'm DJing off of my phone. You know what I mean? And I ain't no youngster, but I'm DJing off my phone because it's way more convenient. I can do whatever it is I need to do. You got scratch DJs DJing on their phone. You know what I mean? So it's not like it's a new fad that certain DJs are doing it and certain DJs aren't. Like no, you got like reputable DJs that are known in the scratch DJ world that are doing it. You got famous DJs DJing on their phones. You know what I mean? Layback Luke. You got Shortcut. Even DJ Qbert uses it. Like so many other like reputable DJs are using DJ because they know that there's an upward, they're going upward and onwards. Like Serato, I gotta say the name, they aren't moving forward. They are, but like at a snail's pace, and they aren't like innovating anything like really, really brand new. We all know they haven't had anything great since like stems, and they barely were catching up on stems. And then on top of that, like, they just had Scratch Bank, which is pretty cool, but it's not the greatest thing, but it's something, I guess. I mean, I could load in songs into, my looper, my decks. I can put full songs into an entire sample slot. You know what I mean? It's not something impossible, you know. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much what I like out of Serato is the scratch deck, and I think they have the flip mode, whatever they have. Um, but yeah, like Serato flip, like that was literally like the last like real innovative thing that they really were just like, we have something different. And what's sad? Most DJs don't even know how to use it. And they barely use it. It's supposed to remix your songs, and DJs don't even use it. So it's like, it almost felt like a waste. You know what I mean? Because I go to clubs, I go to sometimes a DJ booth. I don't ever see DJs ever use that. I go online, I go on YouTube, I don't see any DJ using Serato Flip. You know what I mean? Like, they never say they're using it. You know what I mean? Maybe they're using it, but they're not saying it, but they never like say, hey, I'm using Serato Flip. You know what I mean? Like, so it's just like, it's kind of like useless, technology that, if you're not using it, like I'd be using it if I was a, huge Serato head, and I have used it, and I think it's dope, but it's like, it's not always practical because, unless you're like really, really using it constantly and you're so used to using it, you're not going to use it. You know what I mean? Just like anything else, you know? It's like a suit that you got in your closet that you're barely going to, you barely take it out, you know? So, yeah, this is a video about telling you how great DJ is, because it is great. You got great people working on it. You got Angelo on there working on there, using like the crossfader effects, which is dope. Look at this. You know what I mean? You can blend songs easily. Not just like cheating, but it's like you're actually using like a fader start to start the track, blend it in time, and take out the vocals all in one brush of the crossfader. You know what I mean? Which is possible, but it's less thinking when you're just using the crossfader and just trying to get from one speed of a genre to the other speed of a new genre. It's like, just use it. Just use it. You know what I mean? Because you're benefiting the crowd. The crowd benefits from it. You know what I mean? And you're choosing a great song to cross over into. So it's really more about you know, song selection at that point, you know? But Yeah, I mean that's the other part of DJ. Like DJs kind of gloss over that. It's like you can mix all you want, and I learned this lesson, this harsh lesson. You can mix great all you want, but if you're not playing good music, nobody cares, and people aren't gonna come back. You know, you can get mad all you want, like, oh, you guys don't know music. It's like, no, it's the fact that people want to dance. And if you're playing stuff that either they don't know or just doesn't sound good to them, naturally they're not gonna go. You know what I mean? Just like you as a DJ should get from behind the booth, go out and go enjoy, have a good time. Because if you don't understand how to do that, you're not gonna be a good DJ. You're just not gonna be a good DJ because you don't understand what it is to really be on the other side of the turntables. So that way you're just thinking about having a good time. You know what I mean? You're not really worried about anything else but that. Whatever's come out the speakers is what you care about at that moment. You know? So you just gotta consider that, like, you're using your equipment to mix good music. That's it. Just mix good music. That's all that really matters. But yeah. So I gotta say with DJ, man, it is incredible. Like there's so many features to too many features to count to tell you about because it's amazing. You know what I mean? Like I said, Serato and the others, they gotta catch up. And I'm not talking about just features. I'm talking about like they actually have to catch up to the productivity of how frequent DJ is updating, which is so dope. And they are really connected with their customers, and that's how you do it in business in general. So, all right, I'm done. I'm done with my rant, but it was a much needed rant because people got to know. All right.